The price of everything was too damn high. Rent, food, transit, hell, even breathing felt like it should come with a monthly surcharge. It was 2063, and Avery, 23, was barely scraping by. They spent their days sweating under the fluorescent lights of a mega burger, flipping artificial beef patties while a corporate-approved playlist looped endlessly in the background. Nights were spent in a cramped pod apartment the size of a parking space, their dreams haunted by the debt notifications they could never clear. Then the moon exploded. The news had been circling for days. Some enormous comet on a collision course with Earth's tired old satellite. It won't be an extinction-level event, the experts had promised. At worst, some debris might enter the atmosphere, but nothing catastrophic. They were wrong. Avery was mid-shift, refilling the auto-fryer oil, when the power flickered. The sky outside had turned from its usual brownish-grey haze to something sharp, electric blue. Then came the sound, a deep, rolling thunder that wasn't thunder at all. It was something breaking. Something massive. Customers rushed to the windows. Avery pushed past them just in time to see the moon, or what was left of it, crumbling like a brittle skull in the night sky. Chunks the size of cities were already breaking off, disappearing into the void. But the real horror wasn't the falling rock. It was the ice. The comet had been loaded with frozen gases and ancient water, and when it hit, it sent sheets of ice and vapor hurling toward Earth. Within minutes, frozen shards the size of skyscrapers began to rain down, tearing through buildings, crushing streets, and sending tidal waves roaring across coastlines. The emergency broadcast system blared. Evacuate to higher ground. Seek shelter. Remain calm. Avery had never been further than 20 miles from the city. Higher ground? Where? Their manager was already gone, bolting out the back door without a word. The customers panicked, pushing past each other, trampling anyone who moved too slow. Avery grabbed their jacket and ran. Outside, the world was chaos. The first waves had already hit the harbor district, sending walls of water crashing into the lower levels of the city. The cold was unnatural, instant, brutal. Steam hissed as boiling sewer vents clashed with ice chunks the size of houses. The streets were a battlefield of car crashes, flooding, and screams. Avery sprinted toward the nearest transit station, but the maglevs had shut down. The city's towering flood barriers, once praised as the pinnacle of climate change defense, were already crumbling. The water was coming too fast. They turned, gasping, searching for an escape. The rooftops. The only way was up. Clambering onto a wrecked food cart, Avery reached for a fire escape. Hands numb, breath heaving, they pulled themselves higher as the water surged below. People screamed as they were swept away, clawing at debris, at each other. Avery didn't look down. The building shook as an ice fragment smashed through the structure next door, sending a shockwave of air and shattered glass. Avery shielded their face, blood trickling from a fresh cut on their cheek. The city was drowning. Reaching the rooftop, they collapsed, lungs burning. Around them, survivors clung to whatever high ground they could find, billboards, drone docks, rooftop gardens. Some huddled together, some stared in shock at the rising waters. The temperature was plummeting, frost crept over every surface, turning the city into an icy grave. And the sky, God, the sky. It was still falling. More ice, more debris, streaking like shooting stars toward a planet that could do nothing but endure. Avery wrapped their arms around themselves, breath visible in the frigid air. There was no plan, no government rescue in sight. Just survival. For now, that was enough.